The New Forest is an area of large, open and forested land in the south of England, the lowland environments here being home to some of the few remaining habitats of the region. The wildlife here is extremely diverse and includes the iconic New Forest pony. Since there's so much animal life in the region, we thought we'd take a field trip here and see what we can find.
The first thing we came across on our wildlife expedition was some horse droppings.
Say something about it.
This is horse poo, and you can tell that because it's got like 5 flies on it and some hay, and only horses eat hay. And cows actually, and flies apparently. Yeah, it's horse poo. Don't know what I'm doing here.
From this scat, you can tell a great deal about the animal's diet. Obviously a lot of grass. After having some problems crossing a large puddle,
oh Christ!
It was good, but apart from the illegal jump. Shallow.
we found an animal we'd all been hoping to see, the New Forest ponies.
These are some of the New Forest ponies, and they've lived in this region for hundreds of thousands of years. They feed off grass and very small insects.
Doug then tried out his David Attenborough impression.
These are some of the New Forest ponies. They've lived here for thousands of years. And they like to eat grass and hay. Small mammals such as rabbits and sometimes small children. This one here was born 4 seconds ago. As you can see, the famous neck collar is already starting to develop. Give it a couple of years and it will be reaching the floor. Hello.
Another aim we had on this trip was to set up our motion sensing game camera somewhere, so we spent a while looking for a suitable location to leave it.
Nice. Oh, that would have been a lot better. Some pretty cool fungi here.
That's plate coral.
Is it?
Yeah, you can chip away at it and make computer chips out of it. Oh, that's awesome.
Eventually we found a good place to put the camera.
Alright, so we got this game camera here. We'll just set it up around this tree. And we're going to leave it for like a couple of hours, come back and hopefully it'll still be here. We'll see what it's caught, maybe some deer, some rabbits or something. So yeah, let's just set it up.
In mountain lion come over sometimes and
yeah,
take
in the
it.
New Forest, they're quite common.
A few unicorns.
Yeah.
We also came across some more droppings after setting up the camera.
This is some feces here. It's probably rabbit or hare. We can actually see if we look inside. No, I'm joking. But yeah, rabbit and hare quite common around here.
Obviously around nearby.
Oh, I dropped my burnt kidney beans.
But yeah, rabbit and hare quite common across the whole of south of England, so not a big surprise. If it was significantly bigger, like this much poo, then we'd be surprised, but there isn't. So that's just a bit of poo for you.
We then had some more problems crossing some streams, but fortunately we all made it.
Alright, we got yet another river crossing. It's actually the same river as earlier.
Oh Christ. Ah, yeah. Perfect. Right, onward. Here we see a log. It's got spider's web in it, which means there are lions nearby, because the spiders are eaten by a massive, small birds, and the smaller birds are eaten by massive birds, and then well, the camera won't focus, but then those bigger birds are then eaten by deer and antelope, which are then in turn eaten by mountain lions. Mountain lions are indigenous to the New Forest. Hoping we'll get a view of them today, actually.
And that's how food chains work.
Then the mountain lion gets eaten by the human, and then the human gets eaten by the spider. So I've got to be really careful, actually. There's not actually a spider in there, is there? No, it's just a web.
These rhododendron are an invasive species to the UK. They originate in the Himalayas. They're particularly bad in the New Forest because the leaves are poisonous to the native ponies.
Eh?
They're also very bad because of how dense they are. It means that other plants can't grow where they are.
A very interesting fence then got our attention.
This bit of wood here is put in to make sure hares and foxes and rabbits can crawl underneath and get where they want to in the New Forest. The fence is of course primarily here to stop humans getting the other side of the fence, because they're not really allowed the other side of the fence. How do you manage that? Okay, well, as you can see, this bit of wood here does work for humans as well, so it's quite dysfunctional actually.
Later on, we again came across some more droppings, but excitingly we think it may have belonged to a badger.
This bit of poo here is probably badger poo, usually found in this kind of shallow pit that we see here. It looks like it contains some kind of bugs and beetles, which is of course the diet of the badger. Badgers, you don't normally see them out in the day. You can in the night if you're careful, but they're generally quite shy of humans. So seeing some badger poo, it's quite a treat in a weird way. But yeah, if you zoom in close on that bit there, that's a bit of beetle. So if you eat beetle, that's what your poo's going to look like. If any of you guys think it's anything else, let us know.
After that, we headed back to pick up the game camera and see if it had caught anything interesting. Unfortunately, it had not.
I think it literally is. Yeah, it's all us.
Out here in the British countryside, we're on the lookout for one main thing: British big cats.
And there's a potential future video. After braving through yet more large puddles,
Right, now it's my turn.
See you later, Ben.
Catch the stick!
Actually, Ben, you should...
Oh, go on.
Why?
we found our way to a deer sanctuary, where there was more of a guarantee to actually see some animals.
We've come to this viewing area to try and have a look at some deer that lives in the New Forest.
These animals are fallow deer, and most of the individuals here seem to still be in their darker winter coats. Fallow deer are not native to southern Britain, but were in fact brought here either by the Romans or Normans, and are now present across much of Britain. Amongst this population you can also see what appear to be white variations. These are leucistic individuals, a condition that is actually not that uncommon in fallow deer. Leucism is the loss of several different types of pigments that then causes the coat to be white, but it's different from albinism.
Thank you very much for watching this little documentary on the New Forest, and we'll see you next week.
Hopefully you enjoyed this different style of video and maybe learned something new. If you want us to do more videos like this in the future, please let us know. Also let us know if you absolutely hated this and don't want us to do anything like it ever again. Anyway, if you would like to learn more about our world, its history and the wonderful life that surrounds us all, please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you think we deserve it, and if you would like to see more from us.